Our fourth speaker will be Judith Taylor, and she'll be doing her level 1 pathways. Her speech is titled Fukushima and Radiation. And her evaluator will be Sean Young. Sean, may you please rise and tell us what her objectives are?
Certainly, Madam Toastmaster. In this project, the purpose is for the member to learn or review basic research methods and present a well-organized, well-researched speech on any topic. Can't wait to see it. Thank you.
I'll be welcome Judith Taylor.
International Atomic Energy Authority produced this statistic between 50 and 60 years ago. I didn't actually track it down, but it is 0.001 microsieverts of radiation exposure is all that any human being should have to endure. So, why do we need to fear Fukushima and radiation? In 2011, the tsunami went right across Japan. It hit TEPCO's Daiichi plant and wiped it out because they didn't close it down. What they never told us was that Daini was also affected. My colleagues, Ferial Adam and Narisha Naidu, Baldivu, went to Japan the following year. They took with them a Geiger counter, which measures the exposure of people to radiation. All over Japan, they were recording 20 times that rate of radiation impact. This is why we need to fear this. Was working before. All right. This is what you look at when you're suited up to avoid radiation. Little kids, people. They couldn't get away from it. Children died. They are dying. It's been covered up. Athletes are particularly prone to radiation effects because they are fit and they don't notice when they get hot. Fukushima is very, very hot indeed. And they are proposing to run the marathon event in Fukushima Prefecture. Ouch. We're sending people to Tokyo Olympics in 2020 to die of radiation exposure. However, Fukushima is a remote place. And also note that what they have done in Japan, which I think is terribly, terribly appalling, is they have sent poverty-stricken people into Fukushima Prefecture to bag the radioactive waste. They had no option. They are dying. They sent a robot into Daiichi. It melts it. That's how hot it is there. However, what we haven't realized is this. Rössing uranium mine in Namibia. It is the biggest open cast uranium mine in the world. My colleague, Bruno de Charian, of Shirad, and I'll explain that to you a little bit later, went there with my other colleague who was running Earthlife Namibia, Bertrand Claus, with his Geiger counter. The rock dumps, never mind the uranium one, were 20 times over the exposure. There is nothing there to say, don't come near. This is a radioactive area. Nothing at all. People walk there. When the miners get sick, they are boarded and hung out to die, literally. Their children are born deformed because the impact of radiation unravels the human DNA. The dust blows all over Namibia, and Namibia is water stressed because of this mine. We thought that was great. This is right on our doorstep. I've been there. This is Randfontein. It's part of our mining waste area, where because of mining of gold, we also mined uranium. Guess what? 20 times the exposure. I found out today from my colleague David van Veek at Benchmarks that they have now got people going to some of these mining waste areas where there are children with cerebral palsy, and they are delivering wheelchairs and medicines. I only had to say to him, I am so grateful you've got this going, because I've been trying to do it for over 10 years. The mining waste belt stretches from Virginia to Niger. We have people dying from inhalation of the fine powder on our mine dumps. They have to wear oxygen packs, otherwise they suffocate even sooner. The Ministry of Health will not return my emails. These are my sources. Professor Michel Chudasovsky, toward a world war scenario, the dangers of nuclear war. Dr. Helen Caldicott, who has been researching the effects of radiation on females for many, many years. And one of her major projects, or one of her major publications, was Nuclear Apologists Play Shoot the Messenger on radiation. And my favorite person, Bruno de Chariot, head of the laboratory of the Commission for the Research and Independent Information on Radiation. Madam Toastmaster.
I get being volunteered for many roles. What I don't get is evaluating a distinguished Toastmaster. I don't know, Sean. You have a very big job. Sean is evaluating Judith's speech. Sean.
Like Madam Toastmaster mentioned earlier, the beauty of Toastmasters is we get to witness all sorts of speech. And fellow Toastmasters and guests, especially Judith, thank you for such a wonderful demonstration to us on the advanced level of a basic speech. I like your opening. I'm a fan who likes the opening, a speech open with that can grab audience attention within 30 seconds, either a joke, a question, or a story. And in this instance, you describe the intensity of that serious incident right away, and we will hook right onto your speech. Your speech delivery skill was excellent because follow on, you use the pictures instead of text. Again, I'm a fan in pictures instead of slide full of text, because if it's all full of text, we could read it ourselves. So it's an excellent use of using pictures and minimum amount of text to generate audience, because pictures, it imprints into our brain instantly for a strong impression, and we know what it feels like. The speech was your personal experience, which makes it authentic. Nobody can speak the speech better than you do because you experienced it personally and working with your colleagues. Most of all, you didn't use any professional jargons, because we know it's a very professional field, radiation, nuclear energy, lots of terminology that we don't understand, but Judith gave us a very simple explanation, but right to the point, to the depth, that we understand what actually happened. And I think that was a very impressive research topics. Because you are DTM, it is my duty to evaluate your speech at DTM level. A few points to share on possible area that we can work on. Firstly, on the figures, I think it would be better to include that into the PowerPoint as well. In that way, lots of time can be saved, and audience can focus on the screen at one source. Secondly, because throughout your PowerPoint, it was mostly pictures. So I think it would be better when it comes to sources, also show us the pictures of your colleagues with the links below, which you can use it as an opportunity to introduce to audience. If you want further information, please use the contact below and for more discussions. And finally, more questions, and I'm just being picky, more questions to engage with the audience more, and the audience can feel more generated. The reason why I'm saying this is because with the questions, you can then bring it on to call for actions. Do you want to be safe? Do you want to be radiated? If not, take my suggestion, even 1 or 2 points. All in all, excellent speech. Thank you so much. Please allow us to learn from you in the future more. Thank you.